Say hi, YouTube. Say hi, YouTube. Say hi, YouTube. Say it. Say it. We're reacting to the last honest streamer.
For whatever reason, the internet loves the spectacle. The bigger it is, the louder it is, the more expensive it looks, the better it performs. Look at the top of Twitch right now. It's flooded with million-dollar mansions, celebrity subathons, streamers buying their 10th dream car. Everything seems to be built around the question, how much money can we burn on camera? And then there's this guy. CaseOh is interesting, because on paper, he's doing almost everything wrong. His production quality is kind of garbage.
CaseOh, where'd he come from? 200,000 viewers playing Fall Guys yesterday.
Yeah, it wasn't even zoomed in or cropped.
His setup isn't designed to be some massive content machine. Half the time he's live, he's playing some random game most people have never even heard of.
Your costume sucks, kid.
I mean, when your entire job is getting people to watch you, you don't turn down a Mr. Beast video. But CaseOh did.
CaseOh did not respond to my message.
And somehow, despite doing the opposite of what
CaseOh didn't respond to Mr. Beast's message? Bro. Oh my god. Dude.
the internet tells creators they're supposed
Holy
to, he's still one of the
Chad.
biggest streamers on the planet.
Actually,
How does that
Giga
happen?
Chad.
The honest answer is that none of this should have worked, because CaseOh's had the odds stacked against him since day one. Case Baker grew up in rural Arkansas. His hometown has a population just over 1,500. It's the kind of place where a new Walmart makes the front page, and where the churches outnumber the stoplights.
Actually true.
Towns like that don't have a lot going on. So, as a quiet kid, Case did what quiet kids in quiet towns have always done. He disappeared into a screen, in this case a PlayStation, Call of Duty on repeat. And when YouTube started blowing up in the early 2010s,
Oh,
he
guys,
was
wait, look at old YouTube. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, I'm getting nostalgic, man. I remember these days. I only watch him, but he's always seemed so real. Yeah, I used to watch him a lot back when I was like heavily depressed, dude. And he just brought me like back out to like a place where I felt somewhat normal. I loved watching his streams
right
a
there
lot
watching
back
Nate Shot and
like
the
years
Optic
ago.
guys built something that didn't exist a decade earlier. He watched gaming turn from a thing you did after school into an actual career.
Well, how does this sound? Making a living and even a small fortune just playing video games.
The biggest names were clearing their parents' annual salaries in a single weekend. And after watching that,
Dang,
it became Case's dream job.
400,000?
The problem was, he knew the odds, especially in his situation. His Wi-Fi was barely good enough to even watch YouTube. Uploading to it or streaming on Twitch, forget it. So he buried it. He graduated high school, bounced between jobs, often working 2 at a time, just to keep the lights on. For 6 years. 6 years of clocking in somewhere he didn't want to be. 6 years of watching other guys his age blow up online doing the exact same thing he'd given up on. By the end of it, Case was broke, burnout. He was one bad week away from walking into
Dang,
a
he
recruiter's
looks so
office and
different
signing up for the
then.
military. Then his mom stepped in, and she asked him the question that changed everything. Why not take a real shot at the whole streaming thing? What's the worst that happens? Now, streaming is one of the most competitive jobs on the planet.
Dude,
And if you're like
CaseOh's mom is just like so supportive of him. It's so cute seeing her in his chats like basically almost all the time. Like
Case trying to pursue
she's
it full
such
time,
a good
you
mom.
need to understand. There's levels to this. Level 1, you can quit your job. Level 2, you're living large. And at level 3, you're the top 1% of the top 1%. Now, there's no direct translation from Twitch viewers to money. So for the sake of the example, we're gonna say you reach level 1 at around 100 viewers. Once you're there, you can take the leap to streaming full time, which getting there sounds totally reasonable. It's not. Somehow convincing 100 people to watch you live is brutal. In the past year, 18.4 million people opened up Twitch and broadcasted live on the platform. I want you to guess how many of them actually made it to level 1. Seriously, throw a number out there. The answer is 165,536.
Dude, it is like that's why I really despise it when people on like Twitter and stuff openly complain about like having low numbers, because there are so many one viewer Twitch streamers, guys. Like having more than one viewer, you're already beating the vast majority. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but like it might not feel like a lot, but like in this sphere, having more than one viewer, you're beating the vast majority
That's less
of
than
one
1%.
viewers.
For every person who gets to level 1, there's 100 that don't. Every big streamer you see today spent days, weeks, if not months streaming to an audience of 0. I mean, take Jinxie for example. He streamed to just 5 viewers for a year and a half before he ever made it.
5 viewers? He's grinding!
And I'm throwing all of these numbers at you for a reason, because without them, you wouldn't understand how truly insane what happens next.
If you have a double-digit viewer count, you're the top 2% of the entire platform. Exactly. That's why I hate it when people are like
here, but let's say you're like CaseOh and don't love your day job. Maybe you're not all that interested in streaming, but you've got a business idea and just don't know where to actually start. Well, let me tell you about
having
WAP.
more than a few viewers is
WAP
a
is the
big
world's
thing.
largest internet market. It's where you go to create, connect, and transact all in one place. Coaching, paid communities, clothing brands, software, whatever it is, WAP
Rue is part of the Twitch 1%.
handles the entire back end for you. Pay-ins,
I don't think
payouts,
so,
wallet.
though.
The scale is WAP. Over 18 million
so.
people are on the platform, and
Maybe,
businesses
like,
on WAP are pulling
top
in more
two?
than $3 billion
Is it top
a year.
one? No, maybe
You've got
top two.
thousands of
Top one,
solopreneurs
though?
running right next to major brands like Kalshi, 11 Labs, and
Wow, no.
And here's the kicker that gets me.
Corpa.
WAP Treasury actually pays you 6% on every dollar your business earns on the platform. Your
Corpa.
money's working while you're working.
Corpa.
So if you're stuck in a job you hate, go to WAP.com to start your business today.
Because in like 24 hours, y'all took me from nothing to crazy.
You see, CaseOh hit level 1 in the first hour of his first ever stream, and he didn't just get lucky.
Wow.
Hey, y'all came through deep from the top, man.
In the days before he went live for the first time, CaseOh was already laying the groundwork. He spent days filming and editing clips of him playing NBA 2K23.
I'm top 1.1%? Dang, that's crazy. Wow. Hi, Coffee. Hi, Reed. How are you?
And on September 10th, 2022, he uploaded 22 videos to TikTok. The next morning, he woke up to over 10,000 followers, and a comment section flooded with one question.
You stream?
So that night, he went live for the
'Cause he's
first
so
time, and
funny.
the floodgates opened.
When I look down and I see 126 viewers, bro, I cannot believe it.
From that day on, he followed the same routine. Clock into the 9 to 5, hit the second job, cut a few lawns, then come home and stream until he couldn't keep his eyes open.
I can't. I don't want to go sleep, man. I don't want to go to work, man.
Aww.
I want another build, dog. All I want to do is make builds and play 2K forever. Why do I gotta go work?
After each stream, he'd find the
Real.
best moments, clip them, and fire them back onto TikTok. The loop fed itself. Inside a week, he'd blown past 100,000 TikTok followers. Every stream was pulling 500 plus concurrent viewers.
Dude said call
Just came back from watching Project Hail Mary. It was good. Yo, that's awesome. Well, if you say it was good, then I believe you. Yeah, he's so real for that.
the boss
Literally.
quit. This your life now, cuz?
I'm glad you had a good time.
And the number that actually mattered, he was making more money streaming at night than he was at his day job.
And no, y'all literally just donated more than I make in a week in one night. Bruh.
But CaseOh kept his head on straight. What shows up overnight can also disappear overnight. So before he quit his day job, he needed proof that this wasn't a fluke. So he made a deal with his chat, hit 5,000 Twitch subs, and he'd quit his job.
This the day we're
Wow.
gonna remember forever, you feel me? This the day we gonna remember forever. Sleep schedule gone now. Gotta make Hufflepuff proud, though. Hey, it is what it is, man.
That one video alone pulled in over 18
What
views.
the
Just like that,
heck?
he's back. Viewership climbs to 600. Keeps climbing, month after month. Every week, another clip
Yo,
going viral.
guys, it just takes one video, one clip to change your life, you know? Like, it's actually
Another wave of
crazy.
new viewers funneling straight into the stream. The snowball was rolling again. By May 2023, CaseOh was averaging over 2,500 viewers, a legitimate name in streaming culture.
Thank you for the 3 stream streak. Trez.
And this
Trez.
is level
Trez.
2.
Hello?
At level 2, you're starting
Trez? I read the message. I meant to say okay? I'm not fully there, okay? I'm not fully there. Thank you for the hydrate icon.
to live large. You're in big boy money territory. At this point, you're not going to bed afraid the whole thing vanishes overnight.
Was
With over
that a smoke
2,500
detector
average
beep? I think
viewers,
so.
CaseOh was sitting somewhere just inside the top 1,000 streamers on Twitch. Incredible by any
Yo!
measure, but remember, Twitch is stacked top heavy. And when I say top heavy, I mean it. At any given moment, there are about 3 million users on Twitch watching content. When you break down the viewer distribution by channel rank, the picture gets
3
pretty clear.
million
Out of
and you guys are here with me? Oh my gosh.
The millions of
I'm
channels on the
honored.
platform, the top 250 pull over half the viewership. That's the difference between level 2 and level 3. While it seems like the easiest jump on the ladder here, it's actually the most difficult. There's a specific blueprint nearly every streamer has followed to make this jump. Here, I'll break it down for you. What you're looking at right now is 5 of the biggest streamers on the planet. Each at the moment they were averaging exactly 2,500 viewers. Pay attention to the setups. None of them are exciting. The rooms are pretty basic, the camera quality kinda sucks. There's no production value. They look like what they are. Just guys streaming from their bedrooms. Now fast forward to when those same streamers are pulling 10,000 viewers a night. Everything's changed. The lighting's dialed in. The cameras are crisp. The rooms look intentional. This is the blueprint kicking in. And it all starts with one realization. At this level, streaming isn't just a job anymore. It's a business. And like a business, the goal is to make as much money as possible. The internet, for whatever reason, craves a spectacle. And the spectacle game is pretty easy to play. You've kind of just got to spend money to make money. The setup is just the start. Next comes the move to LA. Buy the mansion, drop the "I just bought my dream car" video. Hire a dozen editors.
Moving to LA! Moving to LA!
Pump out
Yo!
clips around the clock. By the time you're clearing 50,000 viewers, it turns into an optimization race. Every stream, every upload, every second of content is engineered to milk the cash cow. The longer you stay on the top, the more efficient it becomes. And weirdly, the more the internet praises you for it. But the spectacle only works if people are still looking.
Ruins the mansion tour? I got you.
Numbers dip, the money goes with
I
it.
will put you guys on the wall when I'm moving into LA. Trust.
You're forced to stay visible.
You will see the whole entire house
on Monday and blank on Thursday. You show up to every mainstream streamer event.
I don't think I ever like a streamer at that level. Yeah, I'm gonna be real with you. I have like no hate towards their content, and it's not like I don't like their content or like I dislike them as people. I think it's just not for me. I've always been like the person who likes the CaseOh level of content, you know? And like when I mean CaseOh, I mean like, you know, just like I like watching people just be themselves playing games. I like watching people like I will say maybe when it comes to production, I'm okay with like, you know, things like Fillion does, or even if it was like, you know, awards shows or stuff like that, like yeah, I'm okay with even like in the VTuber sphere. But when it comes to like the big high quality stuff, it never really like truly piqued my interest, but I don't hate it either. Don't come for me, I swear. I don't hate it either. I did watch like one of Kai Cenat's subathons. I think it was the second one. That was the one that I watched like a little bit of.
I'm a permanent fixture in the conversation because the conversation is the product. And the fastest way to stay in the conversation is to stand next to someone bigger than you. Take those same 5 streamers and pull up their biggest streams of all time. Ninja, Fortnite with Drake, Hayden Ross, the Donald Trump interview, Kai Cenat, the LeBron stream that pulled over 1 million concurrent viewers.
Wow. Holy
That's the blueprint.
shit.
I'm not necessarily saying
A
it's
million?
bulletproof or guaranteed, but it's the safe route. A streamer who's made it to the top 250 has run some version of that exact playbook based on
That is
constant
very
evolution. But CaseOh ignored this approach altogether.
You don't watch
His
streamers,
strategy
really?
is quite literally the opposite.
Do you watch me? Do you watch me? Yeah, I know a lot of people who watch him on YouTube only.
Opposite in just about every possible sense. The last time we talked about CaseOh, he was fresh off of Hogwarts, averaging 2,500 viewers. So let's run that same comparison from earlier and fast forward to when he's at 10,000.
Spicy water.
Not much has changed. I mean, sure, he did buy a new house, but he moved from a trap house to a trailer just across town. Either way, at the end of the day, his computer monitor is still being held up with a vacuum cleaner.
If I don't have the vacuum cleaner holding up the back of the monitor, it'll fall over. And then back here are my PCs.
Jesus Christ.
You can tell they're being held up by books as well.
Wait, I just burped like mid-sentence. Look, oh my god.
You can tell they're being held up by books as well.
Oh my god.
And the camera quality seems to somehow have gotten worse.
Wait, did I just turn on my toggles? There you go. I only watch streamers apart from like 2 people really, and that's when I can. Most of the time I watch YouTube vids. Yeah, that's very fair. That is very fair, Coffee, yeah. Being completely real, if there isn't an anime avatar, I'm probably not watching. Yeah. I think I watch like 70% VTubers, 30% real. Surely there's a better way to set up. I know, right?
Books as well.
And the camera quality
I know
seems to somehow have gotten worse.
Chat, my stream quality is actually.
You've been watching them for 10 years now, Kyler?
Since Hogwarts, he's continued to stream 4 to 6
Damn.
nights a week. Same time, same chat, rotating
You're
through
real
whatever
proud.
random games he feels
Yeah,
like.
I've toggled
Supermarket Simulator, Granny, Dress to Impress.
What is this? Why is it on my front page?
Games a normal person wouldn't think to stream. But then you watch for 5 minutes and you start to get it.
This is the funniest dude on the internet right now.
Just plays the most random everything.
CaseOh, where'd he come from? 200,000 viewers playing Fall Guys yesterday.
Because the game isn't the point. The chat isn't there for the games. They're there to watch him fall out of his chair for the 10th time this month and narrate it like he's describing a car accident.
Yo, that almost killed me. Oh! Yo! Chat! The chair is dead, dude!
To watch him get jump scared by a horror game and scream at a volume that blows out the mic. And that's why it worked. By January of 2024, CaseOh was averaging over 50,000 concurrent viewers every single night, making him the number 3 ranked streamer on all of Twitch.
Hell yeah.
Like, my mind is weird. Like, in my mind, I still don't have the thought of, like, I still made it. Yeah. Because in my mind, I feel like if I have that thought and tell myself that I made it, you don't want to get, like, lazy. It's going to go downhill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
By every metric the industry actually uses, CaseOh is underperforming. He's leaving growth on the table at every possible turn. He doesn't invest in new setups, he doesn't upgrade his gear, and has no real plan to optimize himself. Every analyst will tell you he could be twice the size he is if he just ran the playbook like everyone else. And honestly, they're probably right. But here's the thing. CaseOh never looked at any of that and felt like he was losing something. Buying a house in the hills, pulling up in a supercar, collecting all the things that say you've made it. None of that ever seemed to be important to him. And there's nothing wrong with wanting those things. A lot of creators go in with exactly that goal in mind. But CaseOh sits in this rare category of someone who actually reached the I made it moment and genuinely doesn't want it.
It was never about, like, being huge. Just, like, because it didn't matter the money. You know, I just wanted to do what I loved for a living. I could be, you know, pinching pennies to make it. But as long as I get to stream every day instead of go to work, I was cool with that. You know?
But to be clear, it's not like he's
Dude,
allergic to money.
I love the fact that he has that sentiment, man. I can share the same thing. I love streaming and I love making content, and, like, you know, not everybody has the privilege to be able to quit their job to just do it for a living. But I think I share the same sentiment. I really do love streaming, and the fact that not everyone gets to, like, have the privilege to be like him and quit his job and do it full time. But he even said that, you know, even if he was pitching pennies, he would do it. Cause, like, yeah, to be able to do what you love is not, you know, it's rare in this society. A lot of people are just doing it for the paycheck. Obviously, we need money to live, right?
He's the number 3 streamer on Twitch. The guy is doing just fine. But there's a difference between making money and squeezing every last cent out of your audience. He's never done any kind of subathon. He doesn't say yes to every brand that comes knocking, and he doesn't manufacture drama to give the numbers a little bump. The way he sees it, you can't leave money on the table if it was never what you sat down for.
Some of my most favorite jobs I ever had were the jobs where I was making pennies. Yo, I'm not even finna lie to y'all. I think y'all just donated more than my week's paycheck in one night. I'm talking about sitting in the parking lot of the dollar store, having to call my mom, be like, hey, can you spot me $50 for food for the rest of the week? But you know what? I was happy. Like, if I could turn this into something and just be able to do this with y'all every day,
Oh my god, dude. I'm getting emotional.
But it was alright because the job was cool. Dude, I'm not worried about Twitch ad revenue. I would rather people have a good viewing experience than make an extra, you know, whatever a month.
I remember when he said this and it was, like, posted on Twitter. I agree with this. This is why I turn off pre-rolls, and this is why I do the 3-minute ads an hour, because yes, it sucks getting 3 minutes ads an hour, but what really sucks is tuning into the stream and getting hit with the fucking pre-roll and then getting hit with more ads, like, a little bit later. Like, I respect the grind, but I also want my chat to be, like, you know, be able to watch the streams, like, smooth, you know?
Half of the blueprint, the mansion, the supercar, the optimization strategy. But the blueprint isn't only about money. The other half of the blueprint is relevancy. The streaming world has a short memory, and the way you fight that is by staying in the conversation. Podcasts, events, collabs, it all comes down to the same idea. Stand next to someone bigger than you, and you get to share some of their spotlight. Well, if you thought he was underperforming on the money side of the blueprint, just listen to this. In 3 years as one of the biggest streamers on the planet, he's done exactly one traditional collab. Jinxie.
What's the furthest you've ever traveled?
Florida, and that was one time.
Oh my god,
And
later!
that collab is almost word for word the only existing footage of CaseOh outside of his own house.
My friend brought this up yesterday to me when we were chilling. He said it's crazy that Jinxie has the only recorded footage of me outside of my own stream setup. Like, he is the only one that's got me out of my room.
Matter of fact, it was the first time he'd ever left the state he was born in.
So this is the first time you've ever been out of, like, Florida?
That's
out of Arkansas?
crazy.
Yeah. Wow.
It's just, I don't know, I'll be getting homesick. I get away from home for too long, I'm just, man, I don't know.
Over the last 3 years, CaseOh has won 5 different awards.
And the streamer award goes to
CaseOh!
He hasn't shown a single one in person.
Mr.
Dang.
Beast, oh yeah, I talked to him, yeah. I can't even go on a Mr. Beast video due to fear of airplanes.
Aww.
Ain't that bad, chat?
According to the blueprint, all of those things just come with the territory of being in the top 1%. But CaseOh
Was
avoiding
right
all
after
of
they
it.
first mentioned
And when you
Jinxie?
stack it all up, not going to award shows, turning down the collabs, even the fact that he's only left the state of Arkansas once, you start to wonder if there's more to it than just not caring.
I put the okay sign like you can see it. Okay, yeah, we'll rewind back.
Chat, I didn't tell y'all this, bro. When I was
Really is
changing
pretty.
setups to go from the trap house into the trailer, I was literally a mental wreck for like a week straight. Because I don't know if anybody else has this, but dude, I have like some form of horrific OCD that I've had for years, that if something even minor changes, I'm gonna die.
You see, OCD is one of the most misunderstood conditions out there. People hear the word and picture someone who just likes things clean and organized. And while that can be a part of it, that's not exactly what it is. At its core, OCD is anxiety. For CaseOh, moving into a new house meant moving into an environment that was full of variables his brain hadn't had the chance to map out yet.
Like when I take my hat off and put it on the counter, same spot every night. If it goes in a different spot, I'm dead.
Everything becomes unpredictable, and for
That's what I do. TikTok has literally made OCD like a I just like things to be like neat and like even, like duh. But no, OCD is more than that. Like OCD, this is chat. This is like, I think this is the perfect example of OCD. When you finish cooking something, right? And you check if you turn on the burners, right? You turn off the burners, you go back, you're about to go leave the kitchen after you turn off the burners. Then you're like, wait, did I turn off the burners? But like you have to go back and then you triple check, right? And then after that you leave again. And then you're about to leave and go, like, let's just say you're going upstairs or something. And then you're like, wait, I didn't turn off the burners. What happens if I didn't turn off the burners? Oh my gosh, I gotta check again if the burners are off or we're all gonna die. We're gonna get gas poisoning or something. That is OCD. I hate when people misdiagnose like OCD. Like, that's OCD, bro. That's OCD. I just described my story, by the way. But like, that's OCD. That's not OCD. Is not, oh, I want everything to be clean and perfect. No, OCD is deeper than that.
For someone with OCD, an unpredictable environment is one thing that can't be controlled. Each unknown stacks on top of the last until his brain is sent into overdrive.
Chat, here's some lore for you. Every time I would leave to work in the morning, I would go outside my house and I would have to check that my doorknob was locked 37 times. I would have to start my drive to work, take a block back around to my house, and check it another 11 times.
37?
Which explains why his setup has barely changed over the years. It's
burp.
one of the places where his brain already knows the answers to all the questions. His rules at his pace, all in an environment that makes him most comfortable. But that need for predictability doesn't stay contained to his house. It follows him everywhere.
I went out in public 3 times in a row. I got recognized all 3 times. I never went outside again, bro.
Oh
like,
my
some people,
God.
bro, came up like, hey, yo, can I get a picture? Everybody started looking. I'm like, oh, man, dude, I was about to pass out, man.
Outside of that room, he controls nothing. Who's around him, how they got there, whether someone grabs his shoulder before he sees it coming. None of it is up to him.
I don't go out in public. I don't.
When he's at home, it's
Real.
easier to manage because, well, he's in his own house. But in public, there's no way to make the unknown stop. It's not only uncomfortable, but also insanely overwhelming.
You would have a better chance of actually winning the Powerball lottery than ever seeing me in public. That's how rare it is.
Yo.
No joke.
Dude,
The
he's
blueprint
so
says
real
the path
good.
forward revolves around a constant state of evolution. The more you change, the newer things are, the more excited people are to watch. But for CaseOh, that path has never really been accessible the same way it is for everyone else. And yet, here he is.
Literally almost 1,000 away from 10 million.
Oh.
Say it ain't so. This is a moment in history? No, this is a
Dude,
moment
look at
in
him.
history.
Behind
Oh my
everything,
God.
the awards, the numbers, the journey from a rice mill to the #3 spot on Twitch. Almost nothing has actually changed.
You definitely gonna do this full time? Hey, I hope so, CJ. That'd be a dream come true for you, boy, man. Maybe my parents don't have to work no more either. That'd be a dream come true too, bro.
Oh,
He's
my
been grounded in the
God.
fact that streaming was never about being the very best. It was always about building a life worth living, for himself and for the people he loves.
Wait, Mom, we're about to hit 10 million. I can't believe what I'm seeing.
Oh my goodness.
I can't believe what I'm seeing. We're about to hit 10 million!
Oh.
No way we're actually about to hit it. We hit 10 million!
Yeah.
Let's go!
Dude. Fuck yeah, man. If anyone
His
deserves
mom
it,
was
it's
there
him.
before any of this made sense.
She brought me some balloons in here! Yo! She brought me some balloons!
Oh. Oh my God. His mom is so pretty.
Before all of the awards and money, before tens of thousands of people were waiting for him to go live, she was the only one who pushed him to try streaming in the first place.
That's a dadgum diamond play button!
You
had this? What?
Dude.
Wouldn't be possible without y'all, Chad. And you know who else it wouldn't be possible without? My mom. Come stand in front of the camera. Look at that.
Fuck yeah, man.
And his dad, the man who spent his whole life doing the kind of work nobody claps for.
My dad, for example, like, dude, this whole life just working. He's had multiple back surgeries, multiple wrist surgeries, multiple foot surgeries, all from just working his whole life.
The man he watched and worked alongside with do it with no complaints.
I worked with my dad, and we were both maintenance men. Maintenance ain't easy work. You know, you're crawling under sinks, you're changing faucets, you're crawling up in attics, you know, all that, just nasty.
The same man that taught him how to work was eventually the one who told him to quit his regular job and do what he loved.
I remember the night we hit 5,000. I was like, all right, tomorrow I'm gonna call my boss. I remember I got him to call because I was scared. Like, hey, boss, you know, I'm playing video games for a living. But it'd sound better coming from my dad.
Yeah.
Because my dad was essentially like his right-hand man.
Yep.
But yeah.
So when streaming became a reality, he made sure that the two people who spent their lives building him up never had to work again.
What has been like the most fulfilling thing that you've run into in
Lena.
your career?
Just that everybody gets to chill
Yeah.
and they have to get away from the jobs they hated and everything like that, and we can all just chill and do this. That's the best thing. Look at her say the
Dude. Yes. I love that. I love that so much. I wholeheartedly agree with that take, bro. Like, yes. It's just so nice to be able to, like, do that for
because they
people.
do,
Like, it's
'cause, you know,
just
they
so
don't wanna
nice,
just chill and do
dude.
nothing. They do a lot of stuff for me. Like my dad, if I need something to go get or something, he goes and gets it. My mom handles all the background, like all of it.
If you ask Case, that's the whole story right there. In a world where overnight success has a way of quietly hollowing people out, CaseOh never let any of it change him.
The only thing I want to be is a place for people to go for 4 hours a night, forget about life, you know, crack some jokes, you know, have a good
Did you actually miss Lena? Okay, I'm about to
time
say.
and just chill out.
And that's why this story isn't over. CaseOh has already crossed the line that mattered the most. He turned his dream into real life. He helped his family stop working. He became the place he always wanted to be for others. So whatever happens next is just the icing on the cake.
I've been dreaming of this since I was a kid, bro. Y'all for real low-key making dreams come true, bro.
That was a good video, dude. That was a good video, chat. That was a good video. I love that video. I want some cake, real.